Hello, my name is Christina. I'm with Casey Phoenix SEO. I told you I'd get you some free tips over on what you can do to set your company above your competition. We're going to go over 3 things today. The first thing that I want to talk about is content. So the average site needs 1,000 to 1,500 words in order to be optimized with Google. And you want to have that on your home page to start with, just because that's where a lot of backlinks are going to come back to, is your home page. When I'm going down through detailer.london and I realize that it looks like your guys' site is under construction here and you're working on stuff. It looks really good so far. The one thing that I would say that you'd want to add is that content, because right now you're sitting at about 500 words. When I did a Google search for Detailer London, about 320 people a month are searching for that. So that's 320 potential customers that you're missing out on by not being on the first page of Google. A lot of people don't go past the first page whenever they're looking for a service. So I plugged in your #1 competition right here is offsetdetailing.com. And if you look at their page for detailing in London, they have over 2,000 words. So the first most important thing about ranking a website is having that content in here. You want to make sure that it's built in with some keywords. Keywords like Detailer London, keywords meaning the phrase that people actually search for. So you've got that built in on your page, and you're going to want to beat your competition out. So even though on average people do 1,000 to 1,500 words for a website, you're probably going to want to start with 2,500 words just to beat your #1 competitor, so you can get to be #1 on a Google search. The next thing I want to talk about is the Google Map Pack. So anytime that you do a Google search, you have this section right here. That's what we call the Google Map Pack. If you have a Google My Business, which I couldn't find for you, I'm not sure if that's in the works also, you'll definitely want to get a Google My Business and get registered with them. And you can see that Bellissimoto is actually not #1 on a search down here. They are #3. I know it says 7 over here, but it includes my numbering with the Google Map Pack. They're actually #3 here, but they're #1 in the Map Pack. And the reason why that is because of citations. So in order to get a citation, you have to submit your information into a directory like Yellow Pages, Yelp, CityStar, whatever the UK has. Obviously is going to be a little bit different than the US, but any of those UK directories you're going to want to get listed in. So I have a tool that you can use called WhiteSpark. This is something that you can go out and get. It's a citation finder, and what you do is you put in your business name, your phone number, and where you're located, and you can see how many citations you have. And then the idea is to beat out your competition. So if you look at Bellissimoto's in the #1 spot, they have 21 citations. And by clicking on them, you can see exactly where they're listed. And I know you have a Facebook, so obviously that would be one that, if it's set up correctly, that would count as one of your citations, but you have to have a Google My Business. But you can go in here and see exactly where your competition's listed, and go get listed in those same places, because if it's working for them, you know it's going to work for you. I plugged in your information, but like I said, I couldn't find a Google My Business, so it's not going to show any citations. So I know you do have a couple, because I know that you've got Facebook as one will show up, and so just by getting that Google My Business, you can start getting listed for citations, and then you can show up in the Google Map Pack. The benefit of being up here is the people that are impatient and don't want to scroll down might just look at the Map Pack. Also, because your service is something that I know that you're mobile, but they can also drive to you. Sometimes people will just look at the map and look at what's closest. So the third thing that I want to talk about is called backlinks. We call this link juice. And basically it works like Site A points to Site B. Site A is the link juice, which gives Site B more authority in Google's eyes, kind of like a popularity contest. So the more sites you have coming in, the more popular you are with Google. There's a little bit more to it than that, though. You have to make sure that the sites that are linking back to you are relative to what you're doing. So, for example, if you have a backlink coming back to you that is a blog about pizza, that obviously has nothing to do with car detailing, so it's not really going to have as much power and authority back to your website as an actual blog that has to do with car detailing. So another tool I'm going to show you here is called Ahrefs, ahrefs.com. This one costs about $100 a month. I can't remember if I said how much WhiteSpark costs, but it's about $30 a month. That's what I pay. But you can go get Ahrefs as well, and it's about $100 a month. There's different plans, just depends what package you pick. But this is where you can really see the data about what your website's doing in Google's eyes. And I find it to be a lot more accurate for the big picture of the internet than any other tools. But when I plug your website in, and I know, like I said, your site is under construction, so that could be part of it, it doesn't start showing right away. Sometimes it takes 1 to 3 months to start showing any data. But right now you're not showing anything, no backlinks, no keywords, nothing. So that's why you're not going to show up on a Google search. But your competitors, that offset detailing that I talked about, in the #1 spot, they have 10 referring domains, that's 10 different websites, with 51 different backlinks. So this is a very beatable number. But they're pulling in over $1,000 US a month on average just for their website alone. And I don't really find the dollar value is usually what people would pay if they did the pay per click for Google Ads. So usually this isn't even the most accurate, but if you're seeing high numbers here, you know they're bringing in even more money than that. So right now, like I said, they only have 10 different websites with 51 different links pulling back to them. So this is a very beatable number. So you'll want to go out and get that link juice. Get those backlinks to come back to your sites. Lots of different links out there, including citations is a link that'll show up. Make sure that it's relevant to what you're doing. So in closing, those first 3 things, really easy things that you can go out and do yourself. Content, making sure you have over 1,500 words, but because your #1 competitor has over 2,000, I would definitely start with 2,500 on your homepage. Citations, making sure that you get a Google My Business set up, and then making sure that you're getting your business listed into all of those directories. And then backlinks, making sure that you're getting backlinks, link juice that is relative to what you do. And if you use those 3 things, you'll be able to get listed on top of Google and get a lot more business. If this is something that you don't think you have time for, or you have more questions on, or you're looking to hire somebody, absolutely give me a call. My name is Christina. I'm with KC Phoenix SEO at 816-323-4100. I do realize that because I'm in the United States, that's pretty expensive to do those international calls. So if you want to get a hold of me on Facebook, that would work also. And then, of course, you could email me back as well, because this is going to be sent to you in an email. I hope this helps. And like I said, if you have any questions, just get a hold of me.